Hey guys, so we've spent several days learning about the moral of a story, learning about folklore and traditional tales. Well, today we are going to kind of continue that, but we're going to talk about theme, which sometimes people call the moral of a story, the theme of the story. I know when you were in second grade, you called it the big idea, and that is the same thing. So if we look at our ICAN, I'll hold it up. I can identify theme in a story and say a few sentences about the big life lesson that was learned. So the big life lesson is the same thing as the theme. And you see I circled those, it's hard to see. They are the same thing. Big idea and theme, but theme is the more technical term for it. Alright, so we're going to talk about what that means. So I want you to be able to see the chart, hopefully. Scoot this up a little better. There. So a theme is the message that an author is trying to send. When authors write a story, they many times have a message. Sometimes they even start with their message. So it could be a lesson or truth about life. It could be about life. It can often be applied to other stories and cultures. It can be proven with details and character change. You can prove it. Usually implied, not stated, so we must infer. It doesn't come right out and tell us what the theme of the story is. We have to use all of our information and infer. So you can think about it like, here's a cell phone. I'm going to scoot this up so you can see it. Can you see it? It's like a text message. Sorry, I'm trying to get this so you guys can see it better. Alright, it says, the author will tell you a story. Will give you information about the characters. They'll tell you about the problem. And they will even show you how the main character saves the problem. They tell you all that. But then when you're sending a message, sometimes you get these three dots. Well, the dots, we can think of them as the theme. Okay? It's the stuff that the author does not tell you, that you have to infer and to figure out what the message that the author is trying to send you. So, I'm going to spend some time and show you how to do that. I know everybody in my class has read Enemy Pie, and I think most of the third graders have. If you have not read Enemy Pie and you would like to, you can go to Storyline Online. There, it is there. But I want to talk about the plot versus the theme. The plot, oh, there's a glare, versus the theme, okay? So the plot is what happens in the story, what's happening, versus the theme, and the theme is the big idea, or main idea, or moral. All of those kind of encompass the same thing. So when I thought about Jeremy Ross, I know its plot, it was about Jeremy Ross moves into a neighborhood, and the boy in the story, which they never tell us his name, thinks he is stealing his best friend. And he's upset. And he gets his dad to do a enemy pie. But the story is, that's what the story happens in the story. But the theme of the story, I was thinking that maybe the author's trying to tell us you can have more than one friend. Might be the theme. You might have came up with something different. And that's okay too. So I would say the author's teaching me the theme is, I hate this. Maybe I put it like this. Can you see it? Yeah. That you can have more than one friend. So I wonder, I bet you guys have read Toad and Frog books before, huh? Just look at this. Not me. So I'm going to tell you about one of the stories. One of them is Frog leaves a note for Toad telling him he's spending some time alone. Toad's feelings are hurt, and he goes to find Frog. So his feelings are hurt because his friend wrote him a note, I want to spend some time alone. So I think the story and the theme that I'm learning from this is that you can be friends, but sometimes you need time away. Sometimes you need time alone. Right? Doesn't mean you don't want to be their friend. Just means you can still be friends, but sometimes you need some time alone. This is the plot. This is the plot, what it was about, and this is the theme, the big idea that I got. So, I'm going to read you a very short one, and this is what you will be doing. A little short clip of a story. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to pull it up. And that's not it. Close that. Doesn't want me to close it. Okay, now I lost my story. It's right here. Okay. Okay, pop up. There it is. Today was Armani's first day at school. When she walked in, she was worried and fearful. She looked different from the rest of the class. She wore a headscarf. Many of the students had never seen a headscarf before. After they talked to her, they made her feel welcome. Amari wasn't as worried anymore. She felt like her classmates would like her no matter what. Okay. So, I wrote down, Amari was worried. Amari was worried when she started her first day at a new school because she wore a headscarf. And other people, she thought that people wouldn't like her, or she was just worried because she looked different. So one thing I thought maybe the theme could be, don't worry. Things aren't always as bad as you think. Or I thought I could think about, like, if I was the friends, like, let's see, what would we say? Friends come in many different cultures. Or I could say friends accept the differences of others. So I like that better. Friends accept the differences of others. So on this one that we just did together, I actually came up with 3 ideas that might be, the big idea. I'm sorry about the glare. Don't worry, things should be not as bad as you think. Or friends come in many different cultures, or friends accept the differences of others. So there you go. I come up with 3 ideas just for that one. I don't know which one the author wanted, but I learned a lesson from it, and it's about what you learned from the story. Okay? So you are going to try this today. I'm going to have a few stories, very short, like the one I read. You're going to put down the plot. You're going to have a form like this. The plot and the theme. So let's go back before you get started and look at our ICAN. You are going to be able to do this. I can identify the theme in a story and say a few sentences about the big life lesson that was learned. So that's exactly what we did. We thought about the plot, and then we identified the theme and wrote a few sentences about it. And that's what you're going to be doing today. So, we'll talk more about theme tomorrow. Enjoy reading your short little stories.